some reason... Oh, I think it's working now.
Is it working now?
Talk.
I'm talking. I'm talking,
Yes,
talking.
you're good now. Alright. I'll let you know if it's not in text. I'm downstairs.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, everyone. I was talking to you, but you couldn't hear me. So right now I am cleaning the produce to cut up some pears because we are making pear flan from Julia Child's book called Mastering the Art of French Cooking. So this is going to be exciting. Ooh, they also have one with blackberry or blueberries I can do. Ooh, fresh wild blueberries. That would be really nice. So this is the start of it. I have to steep these in some sugar and some wine. So that is why we are doing this part first, because they have to steep for at least an hour, and that will give us time to make dinner while we're doing this. And Jillian's watching downstairs while she's playing her role-playing game, so that she'll know when dinner's ready. I'm sure that's why she's watching. She's not watching for any other reason. And I didn't do dishes last night, so I'm using probably different things than I normally would. And there's also this really interesting part in this recipe that says, it says to pour a 1/4-inch layer of batter in the baking sheet or pie plate. Set over moderate heat for a minute or two until a film of batter has set in the bottom of the dish. Pyrex doesn't let you do that, let me tell you. There's also this interesting part that says an asbestos mat, if necessary. We don't use those anymore. So let's see what knife I want to use to slice some fruit. Ugh, I don't like that one, that's too big. Of course, all the ones, oh, there we go. This one's nice. I have no idea what any of these knives are used for. I just know I have my favorite knives. Julia Child does have a breakdown of all of this in her book, but I haven't done that. So I need to have 3 cups of this, I believe it is. So let's use my measuring cup. Yep, 3 cups of peeled, cored, and sliced ripe pears. And these are exceptionally ripe. I'm actually surprised they hadn't gone bad yet. So there's a couple that are a little rough. So I'm not going to use those. But I will use these. They just say slice them. They don't say like how big the slice is or what kind of slice is. So we're just playing it by ear. I am taking off some of the really squishy parts, because I feel like maybe that's too ripe. I do enjoy that the package for these did say what would constitute being a ripe pear, because I am still not very well versed in that world yet. I hope I'm not scooping out too much of the pear, because I know we don't really want seeds and things, but we also don't want there to be not enough pear. So, slice that. It looks like I might not need that many pears. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm picking too big of a pan. I might have to do a pie plate instead. Because it says to do a 7 to 8 cup pan. But I don't need a 7 or 8 cup pan for this. Seems like that would be excessive, considering I'm barely going to be able to fit 3 pears in this bin for the cuppage of how many pears there are. And there's not much else going into it. It's like, it calls for like just over a cup of flour, so it's not a dramatic amount of, ooh, this one is really bruised looking. Ooh. Well, this is an experiment, people. Oh, did it say peel? Oh, I'm supposed to peel them. Well, should have done that first. Or at least when it wasn't in 1,000 pieces. I can already hear people screaming that I'm doing things wrong. But we'll be fine. Oh, I can hear my plumber now. Why are you putting skins down there? I forgot. I'll just make a little pile of skins and deal with that later because we're not making anything that needs to be strained in there tonight that I'm aware of. I haven't read all the directions yet. So, we'll see. Though, it doesn't really probably matter much if they're smooshy, too smooshy or not, because they're going to become smooshed anyway. Oh yeah, no, we're going to do this differently on the next pair, because this is going to be time consuming. Though my favorite peeler is currently in the wash, so I'll have to use a different one. I know a lot of people on my coast that normally watch me are in bed or about to be in bed because they have 9-to-5 jobs, most of them. I do not. I have a retail job that I work part-time while trying to manage my life, my mental health, etc. It works out really well for me, and I have very understanding people that I work with that allow me to really take care of me, and if it becomes too much, we cut back on what I'm doing or how much I interact with people. And if I'm having a good week, I tend to be more interactive and have a little bit more hours, but still have enough time to go to doctors and therapists and all those other things I do in my life that keep me sane. This isn't so bad. It is not so bad. And don't feel free to spread the word about this channel. I will talk about more mental health stuff as I get used to doing the filming part, because the filming part is new to me. Talking about mental health is not new to me. And I'm glad that I can do it in a more constructive manner than being like, I'm broken, help me fix my life. Help me fix how I cope with the world. Tonight we're doing Ponzu steak bowls as our main course, while we're doing pear flan from Julia Child as our dessert. I can't remember if Jillian even likes pears, but we're going to find out. She's not much one for fruits and vegetables. Oh, she does like some vegetables. I just am not a huge fan of vegetables for most of the time, though I am getting exceptionally better in my old age of 36. Ooh, this one's squishy. I don't like squishy things. You'll find that when I do ground meat to like make meatballs and things, I will generally wear gloves because I don't like the cold of the meat is more the issue. I don't mind the meat itself as much. It's how cold it is. Though chicken, if you saw me yesterday, I'm not a fan of chicken. Chicken, I don't know what it is about it, especially the way they package some of these meats. I just can't. I know it's to preserve them, and I know it's like has a purpose, but sometimes they're just not what I want. I'm hoping that Jillian pings over some people from her channel, because they watched the other day and I was not able to get into my own because I was locked out. I still have to actually do a couple steps to fix some other things on my channel. But they were really great. Joe Soup from Australia was on. Yesterday, Betty Crocker was on, though I think they friended me instead of followed me, so I don't know if they're going to get a ping for this. And I didn't friend them because at the moment I'm only friending people that I actually know and have met. That's generally my rule on social media anyway. If I haven't met you, I will not friend you. It's just the way my brain and the life has to work in order for me to keep it safe, and I'm okay with that. It looks like it's going to fit just 3 pairs. We'll see how this goes. I didn't cut that the way I wanted to. Well, we'll try again. I'm trying to avoid a icky part, and I forgot I was coring these. because there's one whole side that's like just a giant bruise on that one, which is kind of good because we don't need quite that much pear, because it would probably exceed the 3-cup mark. And that would not be good because we don't want to overdo it, because then that can throw off the whole recipe, because it's like a science. I mean, there's certain things in baking that they're like, oh, it has to be precise. There's certain leadways with measurements of fruits and things, but I did find out that the blueberry muffins from Jordan Marsh, that recipe, you first off should probably be using fresh wild Maine blueberries whenever possible. That's a good start to making it successful, let me tell you. Because I tend to mound my cups when I get them, and that is not a great idea at all for that particular recipe. Especially since they call for some of them to be like, what's the word? To be crushed before you put them in. So you put in a whole bunch of whole blueberries, and then you put in some blueberries that are crushed. It just adds a little bit of pizzazz to that recipe. But if you mound your blueberries, you will end up with very wet and very falling apart muffins, which I've done the past 3 times, despite saying that I really need to remember not to mound my blueberries. I should also be using different blueberries, but when the grocery store only has the other kind, it's kind of difficult. Now that looks like 3 cups. I was going to put it into this other pan, but that's not necessary, so that's going to go away. So now we have to decide what pan we're going to use for baking it in just a second. So how much do I use? I use 1/3 cup of granulated sugar and 1/4 cup of white wine, Kirsch or Cognac. So I have white wine. I didn't go and be fancy, as well as I don't know how I'll enjoy any of these beverages. So we're not going to play with something for the first time being a liquor I've never had in my life, because that's just, no, I'm all set. Now I don't know what to do with this poor little pear, because this is literally at 3 cups. I don't want to overdo it, just in case that's like super important. Well, here's a pear. Go put it over here. I'll eat it later, I guess. Kitchen towels are the best thing ever invented. All those cute tea towels, they have to be the right consistency if you're going to use them, because they just can't. Some of them are the really stiff ones that actually don't absorb water. So these pears are all set. I'll put them over here, unless that's going to be distracting to you guys, but I think you'll be fine. I also need the sugar. Oof. Oh, yeah, sugar. I'll learn how to better organize my kitchen now that I'm doing this. There we go. And yes, I use Tupperware. Some of it is vintage. It might kill me. I don't even care, because it's convenient, and I haven't switched all to glass yet, because that would be the next step, is switching all the glass containers, because it has less likely of doing weird seepage things. I find that we use sugar and flour and things fast enough that it's not really that big a deal, because we go through them fast enough. I need 1/3 cup of granulated sugar and 1/4 cup of white wine. Did I get that backwards? No, I did. 1/4 cup of white wine. That's it? That's all they want in here? I feel like, well, I guess that's right. I need to get a thing to open this with now, because those are not handy in my house. That's a very good question where it even is. Because I don't know. Jillian, are you on my thread? Unless this is a twist off, that'd be funny. It's not. That would have been convenient right about now. Where is the corkscrew? Because I don't know where it is and I just looked for it and I can't find it. Oh, on the soda fountain. Woo! Most people would have this on their bar. We have it on our soda fountain. That's fine. No. Oh, I haven't done this in a long time because I don't drink wine very often, if at all. So, there we go. We're using up some wines we have in the house for this recipe. Instead of having to go buy something, we might as well use something we have. If anybody wants some red wine, we have a ton of it. Come on. Why are you being stubborn? I have you all the way in. Just want to open a bottle of wine. There we go. Ta-da. I did it. Good. I'm just putting stuff out of camera view so it doesn't clutter all the things. 1/4 cup of that. Probably read this a little better. Place the ingredients in a blender jar. Nope, we're not doing that. I have to do this first. Okay. I feel like I should mix that up a little bit before I pour it over these pears. Ugh, it smells so much like wine. Ugh. Is this why they contain the wine in the glasses that, like, I don't know how I feel about this. Okay, well, there you go. That is some white wine and some sugar. And there's not much that was left behind in this after I stirred it up, so it should be fine. Oh, so much wine. Oh. So we'll put this over here out of view. Put this over here. That over here. clear the counters off, put these steeping, hold on, let me do the close-up cam. Do the steeping of the pears. Look at the pears. Those should be good. That's good, but I feel like I used much too big of a pan for the what I wanted to do. So I'm going to put these over here out of the way for right now. I think I'm going to use this size pan. So I was going to do this size pan, and that seems a little overkill. And I should be able to do that thing they want me to do on the bottom, I guess. Oh, damn. Well, it has a sticker on the bottom. That's unfortunate. Oh, good. You can tell we don't bake very often in this house. At least it's coming off easily and I don't have to do all kinds of crazy things before we do this. Come on. So little left. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Jolene just said, which is the bar at parties. Yes, our soda fountain is where pretty much everything gets put when we have a party. And that's where the soda gun is and everything, because we have a soda gun. Yes, in our house. Now the dinner part should be easy, but we will see how that is. Put this over here with that, so it's all ready to go. Let me put all these ingredients over here, and then we'll zoom back in again on that, so that you can see me prepping everything. Ooh, yep, we're gonna wipe that down first, though, of the pear juices. Don't want to steak that tastes like pears. I am, however, glad that I did not go out and get pork chops at the store the other day so we could have pears and pork chops, because the other basket we used, Local Basket, had a pear and pork chop one that I had picked for this week, and that would have been a little redundant. I don't want to have the same thing twice in a week. Sorry, folks. Okay, now we're back to here. I am going to get a new knife, and I'm going to get my, I hope my microplane isn't in the wash. Nope, got my microplane. I'm happy. I microplane my ginger. I just enjoy it more. It's just the way that happens to be in my life. I try to make my life easier. And I don't like the little strings that ginger sometimes leaves behind. And my cabinet is going to be a jerk to me right now and not want to close correctly. It's fine. It's fine. So Ponzu steak bowls is tonight's with green bell pepper and onion. Does it require white rice to be made, which I made the other day. These are all the ingredients that we need for today. There is the white rice in a little bag, which is like the perfect amount. Other meal kits I get, for some reason they think 1 cup of rice is fine, and this is like just over 1 cup of rice, I feel. Oh, it says 7.75 cups. I don't know why everywhere else it feels like there's not enough rice. Maybe it's because I burn it to the bottom of the pan and things like that. 1 green bell pepper, 1 yellow onion, some ginger. Let's see. Ooh, garlic in my little garlic guy that I love so much. He's so cute. Says only 1 clove. I don't know about that. Also, that's not a good piece of garlic. We're just gonna throw that one out. Apparently, some of these have seen better days. So we're going to do, that's not, I mean, I guess that makes up one whole clove of garlic. So we'll do, or, ooh, this one's a better one. That's a better one. We'll do that one and like one of these little ones. So it's a little bit more garlic. Oh my. I need to really clean this out because I have like little garlic flakies all over the place from their skins. Let's see, where is my scrubby brush? So I can clean my knife real quick. So that we don't get all kinds of gross cross-contamination from the pears. I mean, not that that would really be gross. It just wouldn't be great. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? We have the diced steak. They gave it to me diced already in a little bag. They have soy sauce for 4 little packets of soy sauce. Ponzu sauce, 4 little packets of ponzu sauce. 1 thing of sriracha, which I'm not a huge fan of, so we'll see how that goes. And 1 packet of cornstarch. I also need vegetable oil, butter, and brown sugar. I have the butter out already. Brown sugar, I actually have, for one of our other meal kits, I have a little thing of brown sugar already that I just haven't merged with our brown sugar yet. So I can use that. And vegetable oil. I should have some vegetable oil. Let's see what we got. I have a blended oil. I have a canola oil. Oh, here's my vegetable oil. Because each one calls for something different, and I know they all taste different. I haven't quite grasped that completely, and we're not going to overdo it on the oil tonight because that was a little excessive. It says prep in 10 minutes, ready in 30 minutes. Let's see how we're gonna do today. It said wash and dry all produce. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get all the prep steps out of the way so that we can do all the cutting and everything at once. I do prefer, oh, that's an onion. I don't really need to wash an onion, do I? Because I take the outer layer off anyway. Okay. Let's get the rice started at least, and then I can do all this other stuff. And we have the pan. Where's my pan? Is that dirty too? It shouldn't be. Oh. Is this pan? I think this, yeah, that looks like the right pan because it has this lid. Yeah, okay. Add this to a small pot after I rinse it. I know it's horrible for my knives. My wife does it all the time. She's like, why are you using scissors? Just use the knife. And I'm like, I feel like that's a bad idea. Is it not a bad idea? Got to do it till it's clear. Gets that extra starchiness off of it. Oh, this one is not going to run clear for a while. Ugh. Come on. There you go. Much better. There we go. Running clear. Okay. Okay. Add to a small pot with 1 cup of water and a large pinch of salt. we learned is like three, oh, good catch. I want to see what 3 fingers full. Of course, it's the one that's stubborn. Yeah, 3 of this is fine. Probably 4 of it would have been fine. I needed a cup of water, cup of water, cup of water. That's a cup. There we go. Get this on the stove, bring it to a boil. Oh, don't put the lid on yet. Okay. There's all this. What am I going to do with this garlic? I need to figure out that. Okay, I need the garlic press tonight for that. Let me take care of this part first before we go crazy with all the other veggies. Okay, meanwhile, half core and thinly slice the bell pepper into strips. I can handle that. Half and thinly slice the onion. Peel and finely chop or grate the ginger. I'm going to grate it. I use a microplane. I find that to be the most efficient way to do this. And then peel and finely chop the garlic, which I'll just use a garlic press because that makes, I mean, I can hear Alton Brown saying to me, that's a unitasker. You know what? Sometimes you want to save time in your life. I am keeping an eye on the things behind me for the rice, so don't worry, people. I'm not going to burn it. I just have to bring it to a boil first, and then we can go from there. I'll just use that as a little trash receptacle because I'm going to have to empty the sink out anyway. This was not the correct knife for this, for doing exactly what I'm doing, but I'll just cut it in half again and go from there. Get all those seeds out. We don't want the seeds. We don't want the seeds. Cut this off. Let's just cut this in half now because I have to do the we'll work on my knife skills. I'll get a lesson from the people at the restaurant on better ways to cut things and safer ways probably to cut things. Maybe one day I'll make Christine from Simply Illogical one of her oat recipes. That would be cute. She was the first channel that I came across. I was super depressed. I was lucky if I was getting from my bed to the couch. It was my priority, though, to get to the bed to the couch, so it worked more often than not, but I just watched YouTube on my laptop the majority of the time, and I discovered her right before Polish Mountain, and she just has been the person that I've been watching for now the last 3+3-ish years. I think it's a little under 3 or over 3. Can't remember exactly. How are you supposed to slice it into like matching slices? Doesn't feel like it. How thin did they didn't say like how big they wanted these either. So I'm just gonna guess on what they wanted. Guess what I would want, I guess. I don't know. I don't really like peppers. I've learned to appreciate them. They're just not my thing. Sorry guys, I'm trying to concentrate because peppers are weird to cut. I do only use one cutting board and I don't put them into bowls. I don't want any more dishes. I just use a larger cutting board so I don't have to deal with that. I will have to go and find Joe Soup to welcome them over to my page because they had a blast, I think, the other day watching me cook and giving me tips and things. They're a pinball person from Australia that was watching my wife. Okay, we're going to turn this. We're going to turn it to low on the back burner and use a pot holder to move it. Ooh, okay, that was not cool. And do that, and then turn off this, and then we set a timer. Alexa, set a timer 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
Alexa, set a timer 25 minutes.
Second timer, 25 minutes, starting now.
Or maybe that's why you're supposed to wash it, because you don't, how you would wash an onion, because you don't, you cut through all that stuff before you get rid of it. I guess that makes sense. And now it's going to smell like onion. Darn it. I didn't think that through either. Well, onion's fine. Onion is fine. Why are the skin like everywhere? It's not like glitter though. Ooh. Someone was talking about glitter beards early today, and I was like, no. And they're like, no, like the big ones. So like more like confetti. For some reason, I couldn't think of that word, and I called it something else, and now I can't remember that word either. So, okay, am I supposed to? Oh, slice it. Okay, well, we'll slice. It just says slice. It doesn't say chop finely or anything, so I can handle slicing an onion. I should have left it as a have. Would have made my life easier, but don't hear my wife yelling at me that I'm cutting an onion dangerously, so that's good. Because I'm sure she would have already jumped up. If all her friends weren't online playing with her, I'm sure they'd all be here hanging out as well, so we'll see. Oh, I wish that was sliced a little thinner, but it is what it is. Oh my gosh. Yeah, onions, forgot. It usually dissipates in a second, but my eyes are really burny today. The scallion was really bad the other day, and scallions are smaller than these. Okay. Oh, God. Let me at least cut the skin off of the ginger so I can grate it when I need it. Oh, my eyes. And now I'm touching ginger with my bare hands, which is not an ideal situation. It's not horrible. I just need to remember not to touch my eyes. At least I'm not wearing contacts. That would be miserable right now. Oh, that would be so miserable. I can't even. Let's see, get the ends off of this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, everything is contained now. I shouldn't need the knife anymore for any of this, but we'll leave it there just in case. Let me dry my hands. Okay, what we got? Pat the diced steak dry with paper towels. Heat a drizzle of oil in a large pan over a high heat. Add steak and cook, stirring occasionally until browned and cooked to desired doneness, 2 to 3 minutes. It varies. Sometimes it's more than that, sometimes it's less than that. It depends, and I have to turn my heat down on my stove. So season with salt and pepper and then transfer to a plate. So I will get a plate out for that. Or a bowl. I like a bowl. And then open the meat. See, I needed the knife already. I needed to open this meat. Not that it wants to, because I think this is the one that doesn't have a point on it. And of course the scissors aren't there either. Oh, she moved them in the knife block for me. I remember. She's so sweet. I think I should be able to just open this up and do this without having to waste another plate or contaminate a surface of vegetables or anything. So there we go. Oh, those need to get washed. I need some paper towels because I like to do that with paper towels versus the kitchen towels. I'm sure that, I know it's more economical, but I don't like raw meat juice to be in my laundry unless I have to. Okay, so that's one side of the meat. I'll have to get the other side of the meat in just a second. I think I can get some of the juice stuff out right now without having to, there we go. I'll just flip it over. That's not horrible. It's still meat. I don't know. I just have a thing about touching meat. That sounds like a personal problem, doesn't it? Alright, I need a drizzle of oil in my pan. We're gonna switch over to the other camera so I can do that. Oh look, it's my stove can. I'm also left-handed, so putting this over here is better. Let's see. Don't have the pan I want, do I? This pan should be fine. Oh, come on. Stay without me touching you. Oh, this is using vegetable oil, isn't it? I wonder why they're using vegetable instead. I don't know why. I'm intrigued. I don't know why they're using vegetable instead of the other night we used olive oil. Calls for some later, but I'm not gonna remember to go a little lighter on that because yesterday I used way too much. this up. So the steak's right there next to it, ready to go. Pretty much all dry. I'll tamp it a little bit when I take it out of the package, but it's pretty dry. And then what are we doing? I might as well make the sauce while we're waiting for that to warm up, I would think. Let's see where I am in my kitchen space. I can do it over here. Yeah, you guys should be able to see that. Making a little bowl of stuff. How big of a bowl do I need, do you think? Not too much. Just need a little bowl. Because I'll use this bowl. Okay, that seems like it's good. So we'll put some in there. Yeah, that's what we want. I know that's the... Okay. I'm going to turn mine a little down because it does run really hot on this particular burner especially, and the oil tends to sit to the side, which is not ideal either. Well, it looks like we have 4 more minutes on that. I'm just going to slosh around these pears a little bit, get them mixed up a little bit more. I don't know if you can see me, but I don't want to do it too close to any flame. Okay, while we're waiting on those, because those are going to probably take a minute or so because they need to be browned up. And I'm going to make them a little browner than I made my meatballs the other day. I didn't leave alone long enough, so that was a mistake. Let's see. In a small bowl, combined the ponzu, one ponzu, 2 ponzu, smells so good, 3 ponzu, 4 ponzu. And then we got the soy sauce. 1. I feel like those aren't browning a lot. 2. 3. 4. Of those. What else do we got? And sriracha to taste. Nice. A tablespoon of brown sugar. Let me get that tablespoon while I mix this around. Just a little bit. I don't want it too pink on any one side. Come on, flip over. 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. Oh, this is gonna be, that'll be done in just a second. I don't know if I'm gonna have to add any more oil to this. That looks pretty good right there. Let me take my pot holder, put this in on this plate. Doesn't say to rest, I guess. I'm gonna put a tiny bit more oil, but I feel like if I put too much, it's gonna taste like it did the other night, and I don't want it to. Oh, me and the stove. Left-handedness is not my friend right now. Just a tiny, tiny drizzle. Tiny drizzle, and I made sure to turn the burner off. There we go. So that, oh, well, there goes that knife. Or that spoon, rather. Didn't hit anything, so that's good. Good. Put some oil in there, good. I didn't lose my spot, I promise. Alexa, stop. Okay, we're gonna do it lower on this. So we're gonna heat that up on medium. It says medium high, but my stove does run hot. And we're gonna do the bell peppers and onions in there. And we'll salt and pepper it, and then do the ginger and garlic in there. But we're gonna continue making the sauce at the moment. Oh, that's plenty done already. Okay. There we go. Nice sizzle. Nice sizzle action. There. Mix those in, and then just kind of let it do its thing. Separate the onion a little bit. I've learned that you need to separate the onion or else it doesn't cook. Sriracha to taste, eh? Well, my wife likes sriracha. I, however, do not like sriracha. So I might leave her some sriracha to pour over herself, so I don't have to worry about it being too spicy for me. Oh, this is gonna have so much soy in it. Good though. Lots of soy, but good. How do I open this thing? You just tear it across? I guess so. Oh, no. Oh. I want Louisiana hot sauce. I like Louisiana hot sauce. That stuff's pretty good. Has a little bit of heat, but not crazy, so that should be fine. And she can add all that she wants. There we go. The peppers need a little love now. There's a bunch of onions that have shrunk and softened, but some of these peppers just aren't at the level they should be. But if I used a bigger pan, it just creates more problems than it does solutions. So let me leave that there for a minute and see what else we need to do. I think that's almost it. And then we'll be almost ready to make our Flan. Oh, I'm supposed to add a 1/4 cup of water. That could also help this sauce. I thought it was just a lot of sauce. So I might actually have to add yeah, I'm gonna have to add a little more sriracha, amazingly. Oh, why is there sriracha on my finger? That's good. I can still get the heat and not cry, which is always good. I'm not a heat person. Come on, peppers. Some of them are getting pretty good, but onions just shrink down a lot more. So it's like deceptive. And let's leave that. Let's see where we are in these. Let's season with some salt and pepper. That's a good start. Because I want salt and pepper in everything. I don't like pepper. I understand it's a thing. I understand it's a good cooking thing. Still doesn't make me any more appreciative of it. Trying to get some of these onions to be a little more, like the really big ones are having a little trouble separating themselves. Oh, I'm gonna need a teaspoon of butter. Wait, teaspoon or tablespoon? Okay, tablespoon. I'm like, I am not figuring out how much a teaspoon is right now of butter. Okay, now I'm starting to burn some of these, so that's great. Not really burn, they're just charred. Because for some reason, a couple of these onions are just being utterly stubborn. But it wants the garlic and there's some garlic. There we go. And then we need some ginger, which I've grown to enjoy ginger a lot more through this process. Well, I need to stir that around a little bit before I do that. Oh no! Well, there goes the pepper. I don't know where it landed. Get away from the burner. I don't want to. Let's grate some ginger over this. Oh, I forget this takes a while. Should have taken Joe Soup's recommendation and done it ahead of time. He did mention that, make your life easier, do all the prep like cutting and stuff at once, and it makes cooking more fun. I don't know. I don't believe that. I do enjoy it a lot more than I used to, mostly because I am learning more about, they have some terms that just don't really jive very well at all when you don't know what you're talking about. Like, there's like different oil levels in a pan mean different things. Some mean saute, some mean pan fry, some mean regular fry, some mean something completely different. So I've been learning, and it's been an adventure, a year plus of adventure at 36, learning to cook. That was a topic of conversation at my therapist today. Ooh, don't want that. I think that's a good amount of ginger, and now I need to start adding the other bits because now it's starting to really get browned up on the bottom of this pan, though the peppers are a lot softer now, thankfully, though you can see how it is. I may have also should have picked a different pan, maybe it would have worked. So sprinkle veggies with cornstarch, then pour in the ponzu mixture until it's, Alexa, stop, until it's slightly thickened. Come on, cornstarch. I may have just gotten some sriracha in my mouth. It's fine. We're going to turn that off. We're going to take the lid off. We're going to pour this over here. I know I'm multitasking. Which is different for me. I'm not known to be a multitasker, or if I am, I'm known to be very, what's the word? Easily distracted by pulled in 27 directions, so I forget to finish any one project. Okay, that's for like a minute or two. We're going to turn it down a little bit. That was running a little hot, personally. And I'm going to floof the rice. Oh, it's only a little bit on the bottom, which isn't horrible. Floofed the rice. And then I saw my wife, Jillian, put the lid back on. And use a pot holder is probably a good idea. So it keeps the moisture in? I don't know. I'm just guessing, folks, on that one. She should be coming up any second now because we're about to be serving this meal. What else does it say to do in these amazing directions over here that I have cornstarch all over? Let's see. Cook until slightly thickened. Return steak to the pan. Gorgeous. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, and I'm supposed to stir in the butter until melted. And if the sauce seems too thick, add a splash of water. But I think we're okay because I turned the heat down. And adding this butter, I think, will also help, but I might add a little bit, just a tiny bit, like maybe a couple tablespoons at most. But I think this is what it's supposed to look like. Based on the picture, it looks pretty accurate. Okay. It's taste test time, and Jillian's not here. Because now it says to split among 2 bowls. Let me do a a wider angle for you guys. Oh, I just got sauce all over that. Just a second. Let's see what we got. Let's do the close view. Hi. So now I'm ready to plate this. Oh, I need rice first. Rice is always a good first. Let's take the lid off of that. Put that over there. Hope Jillian doesn't expect this to be hand delivered. Because I am streaming. That doesn't seem... Maybe I need to make more rice. I don't know. This is... it's adequate. I just wish there was more, I guess. And you can see that I got some stuck to the bottom of the pan. I mean, it's not bad rice. It's just stuck rice. So there's a little bit more that I can dish out of there. It's just the rest of it now I'm going to have to soak to get out, which I'm not super thrilled. Let's just fill that up for water now. Okay, there we go. And then we have the meat and vegetables. Does it count as vegetables if it's only 2 vegetables? I guess it does. They called it 2 vegetables. I guess that looks even. Yeah, this pan's going to have to be soaked. Look at that. Look at that pan. Show you the final in just a second. I'm going to get some water on that, or else that's going to be a nightmare later. Hope everyone enjoyed making this part of the meal. We're going to get back to the rest in just a minute. But look at this. It's so good looking. I'm not a fan of peppers and onions, but it looks good and it smells good. And it's really hot though, so I'm going to wait a second before I taste any. Let me just taste a little bit of the beef and tell you how it is. It is good. I'm happy with this. I like the sauce. She's going to want more sriracha, but I'm happy. Some of my peppers could be cooked a little longer. Would have been nice. I think that just comes down to me learning what I need to do, and when. Like, maybe I should have added the peppers first, or if I finally more finely slice them, like match them to the onion, it probably would have worked better. I don't know if it's supposed to be, I don't know, it didn't say. It remains crunchy in the description. See? Now we're gonna go back and we're going to work on our flan, because what else do I have to do right now? I am working in the morning, so I will have to get to bed eventually, but I do want to finish this. So let's go over to this one over here. Let me clear all this stuff out of the way. We don't want ginger or garlic in the meal, because that'd be awkward to have. My dog's hovering around my feet. He's not going to like anything that he comes across, so I don't know why he's trying. Let me text the wife real quick, because she's not coming up on her own. do this. Bring this over here with my cute little book. Actually, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got for getting ready. There it is. Pear flan. Oh no. Sriracha down. Good thing we have a ton in the house. Please don't eat that, puppy. Oh, you're gonna hate yourself. Well, my dog's deciding that he wants to lick sriracha off the floor. That's not my problem, is it? I'll read these directions while I do this. Okay. Oh, I need a blender. Okay. I'm actually going to bring this blender over here so you guys can see me better. Every island should have outlets. That is great invention. Okay. Says take all of these and put it in there. But it says 1 1/4 cups of milk, but we're going to be using the liquid from here as part of that. So let me get a measuring cup that we can use for this. I don't need the really big one, I need the little one. And I can't reach it. I can't reach it. There we go, before I knock anything else over. Ooh. Okay. Oh look, they're matching bowls. Where's my phone to message my wife? Where are we? I need text messages to my wife. Dinner. Though she should be watching, so I don't know why she doesn't know dinner is ready and that she needs to come up. Okay, let's go. It says it feeds for 6 to 8 people. Preheat oven to 350. Done. Okay. Place the ingredients that left in your blender jar in which they are listed. So I have to do the liquid stuff first. So I have to... Ooh, I need a spoon or something to prevent that from going over. Let's get a spatula of some sort. Do I have a spatula? I think that one's dirty. For you that don't know, a spatula is a spoon spatula. Or I do have one. Okay. Okay, so that came up to just over 1/2 cup. I'll need 1 1/4 cups total. So here's the milk. So 1 1/4 cups, huh? I hope that's not going to curdle, just thought of that. Hope not. So we're going to put this in the blender. Oh, I just realized there's marks on the side of the blender, but this is the first time I think I've ever used this blender in this house. Skip the granulated sugar because it's already in there. 3 eggs. And I just got fresh eggs. And I try to get at least free-range eggs, if nothing else. And I always try to go as local as I can for my eggs and my milk. The brand I used for my milk is Oakhurst. It's based out of Maine. These are Nellie's free-range eggs. Where are these based out of? I don't know. I'll have to look that up.
Oh, it smells good.
It is good. You'll probably want more sriracha, but I dropped the sriracha packet on the floor, so you might want to get the sriracha from the fridge. 1 egg. 2 eggs. Woo! 3 eggs. It looks like a gross smoothie. I can. Give me 1 moment, baby. I can pass you yours. Let me dry my hands while I'm doing that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm making pear flan.
I see. I'm watching.
It's going to be delicious. I hope. A tablespoon of vanilla extract. Tablespoon. I used the tablespoon for something else earlier. Let me see if I have another one. I do. Was I supposed to put the fruit in first? Because that's like on a separate like hash line. So I'll have to show you guys in the recipe. It's a tablespoon of vanilla. What else do we got? Don't worry, I'll get better at this as we go. An eighth of a teaspoon of salt. Do I even have something that's an eighth of a teaspoon? I have a quarter of a teaspoon. So I guess I do half of this. Ooh, that's a lot of salt. Ooh, that's better. Okay, do that. Put that away so I don't forget. I do enjoy how she writes it. She does write it the way I thought she did, and I got water all over this. Okay. I need to add half a cup of flour, scooped and leveled. I hope this is half a cup of flour. If not, I have to open the other one. Which that isn't a problem. We don't have to open the new one for a measly half cup of flour. That's perfect. That is glorious. I think I'm going to wash that container, though, before I put new flour in it, because who knows when the last time that was empty. An electric blender. Sweet. Cover and blend at top speed for 1 minute. I'm sorry, guys. It's going to be loud. Okay. Sorry. I turned it down for you guys because that was that was a little much. Okay. And then I pour a 1/4-inch layer of batter in the baking dish, which we decided to go with this one here. Cool. Oh, I forgot to butter it. Good thing I caught that. You have to butter it with butter. It says lightly buttered. I do butter a lot of my baking dishes. I find it, I don't know. That was one of the first things that came out of the trans fat movement, was that the best way to get rid of trans fats was to go back to using butter. Not everyone has done that. They've decided to go other ways, but this was the quickest way and would have given them a lot more time to figure things out. But because people were freaking out over other things in their food, they didn't want to go this way. But I find that butter is fine. Butter's great. I have perfect cholesterol. I have a good blood pressure. According to science, apparently, like BMI and stuff, I'm overweight. But you know what? I feel good at this weight. I probably feel a little better at a different weight, but I'm not going to stress about it. That is the least of my worries in my life. Okay, it says 1/4 inch, which, by the way, I have no idea what a 1/4 inch would look like. I'm guessing it would look kind of like this. Now it says, this is the part that gets creepy, I guess. Pour a 1/4 inch layer of batter in the baking dish or pie plate. Set over moderate heat for a minute or two until a film of batter has set in the bottom of the dish. Remove from heat. Spread the pears and sprinkle with some more sugar. Pour on the rest of the batter and smooth the surface with the back of a spoon. Cool. And apparently it takes an hour to cook. So you'll have to see the after results later, because I'm not going to stand here for an hour and I still need to eat my food. Sorry, guys. I can just put you on intermission, but I feel that's rude. But I will come back on live probably in a little while after it's all done. It says it's going to be done when it's puffed and browned. But you get to watch me do this ridiculous part. I think I'm going to do this burner because it's not as crazy as the other burner. I do, however, need both my oven mitts. And I will turn on that camera so you guys can see me doing foolish things. Let's see if I have another oven mitt that's... I could use my OV gloves, but I don't really like the OV gloves. I don't enjoy them. So I guess I will still be using this. Okay, so moderate heat, huh? So medium heat. So a film forms on the bottom. I guess it's so that it doesn't have the pears go through it, I guess. I don't know. I wonder what this is going to look like. Kind of concerned. The oven is almost done presetting though, so that's nice. I don't think it's going to take very long to do this setting, but I don't want to, and I don't want to burn it either. So it looks like it's starting on the edges to get a little film layer going. They had different pans back in the day when this was written. And I'm just plain as my ear. I don't want to boil it either. Oh, don't boil. Oh, that looks like it's pretty good. Yeah, that looks like it has a layer there. Okay, there we go. So we got that layer. Now I'll bring it back over here. And we can pour the stuff back in. Let me clear some stuff out of the way. Also, so things don't go bad. Okay, so we're gonna put some of these here. It says to spread them around. This reminds me a lot of a German pancake, and that maybe it is. I don't know. Europe shared a lot of things. Oh, I got some more liquid in there than I wanted. Oh, they're gonna be very whiny. Okay, it says to pour the rest over it. Pour the rest over. Pour the rest over. And then spread out with a spoon. Oh, and I have this cool little spoonchula, because it's a spoon and a spatula all in one. I mean, it's not a great spoon necessarily, but it is a thing. But you want to tamp down these, I'm guessing, is what's going on, so you don't have pears roguely out of the top. Because it's not a thick batter, it's a very, very thin batter. We shall see in an hour what this comes out to be. Let me put this in the oven and I will bid you adieu so I can eat my food. We'll set up this kitchen a little more efficiently in the next week or so because I'm going to be cooking almost every single day. I'm going to try to do it 6 days, if not 7 days a week. Because I'm going to be cooking anyway, I might as well entertain myself because I don't like cooking by myself necessarily, but I don't want people to help me in the kitchen. So, let's see. I will show you the directions though. So this is what we made tonight, was the Ponzu steak bowls. So that's what we had tonight for dinner. And then tonight for dessert, from this cookbook, Mastering the Art of French Cooking with Julia Child, we have this recipe here. Oop, sorry, dark. Nope, this one over here. Which is the pear flan. I've never had whatever this is before. I could have Googled it and I didn't. I was gonna just go on an adventure. So see how this comes out later. I will probably pop on. If not, I will be over on my Twitter at muffin_lives or my Instagram muffin_lives. And I will post a picture to my Patreon. That will be for subscribers only for the Patreon. I have a bunch of different content that's going to go up there soon. I'm going to have my Insider Upbeat Duck page open on Facebook shortly, which is only available to Patreons. And I do have... I will be having a website up shortly. I haven't figured out exactly what that's going to be yet, so we haven't launched it. I had it launched a few years ago, and I didn't keep up with it. But now that I have this endeavor, maybe I will. And let's see if there's anything else I'm missing. Please follow if you've been watching me. I greatly appreciate it. I've been doing this only for 3 days, and I hope to get better, and I hope you join me on my journey as we continue going through all this. I will explain more of why I'm learning to cook at 36, why I want to share why I'm learning at 36 to cook, and my journey to get here and all the things I've overcome, and just really want to reach out to people that may be in similar circumstance to myself or just want to know a different perspective on life. We will see you later today, hopefully. We'll see. I have to set a timer for this pear flan. It's supposed to be served warm, so you'll probably get a little quick peek at us trying it. I do have to go to bed soon though. So as soon as it's done, I'm going to eat some and then go to bed and get heartburn. Whack, whack. See you tomorrow.